On March 18th, at exactly 2:11 a.m. Eastern Time, a line item appeared in a routine settlement report that almost no one was supposed to read. It wasn't a headline. It wasn't a press release. It was a number: 32 metric tons. That was the net monthly change in reported sovereign gold movement, tied indirectly to a clearing mechanism connected to Shanghai and Moscow. No announcement, no celebration, no explanation. Just a silent adjustment buried inside cross-border settlement data that, under normal conditions, should never move that fast. You were never meant to see it, because when gold moves in size without price reacting first, it means the price mechanism is no longer in control. It means something else is happening beneath the surface. It means settlement, not speculation, has taken over. And that is the moment every reserve currency system fears most. At the same time, something else happened, something even more dangerous. U.S. Treasury bid-to-cover ratios slipped below historical stress thresholds for a second consecutive auction, while foreign official participation quietly declined. Not collapsed, declined, a slow withdrawal. The kind that doesn't cause panic until it's irreversible. This wasn't a crash. This wasn't a crisis yet. This was preparation. And when you understand why China and Russia are doing this now, you realize the dollar system is not being attacked from the outside. It's being abandoned from within. Before we go any further, understand this clearly. What you're about to see is not discussed on mainstream financial television. It's not explained by politicians. And it's not broken down for retail investors anywhere else. If you want to stay ahead of the next monetary shift before it becomes obvious, make sure you like this video, subscribe to the channel, and share it with someone who still believes the dollar system is permanent. Because once this story becomes common knowledge, the positioning phase will already be over. Now let's rewind the clock. You've seen this movie before. You just weren't alive when it first played. In 1971, the United States broke the final link between the dollar and gold. Officially, it was temporary, a suspension, a necessary adjustment. But history doesn't care about language. History tracks outcomes. From that moment forward, the dollar stopped being a claim on something real and became a claim on confidence. And confidence, unlike gold, can be created until it can't. But this wasn't the first time a reserve system overreached. In the late 1920s, credit expanded faster than production. Paper claims multiplied faster than physical output. The system appeared stable until leverage exposed the illusion. When 1929 arrived, fear wasn't the cause. Fear was the result. Then came 1980. The Hunt brothers didn't break the silver market. They exposed it. They forced physical demand to confront paper supply. The response wasn't transparency. It was rule changes, margin hikes, forced liquidation. The lesson banks learned was simple. Never let physical settlement set the price again. In 2008, derivatives finally imploded under their own weight. Trillions in paper obligations vaporized. The solution wasn't discipline. It was expansion. More liquidity, more leverage, more promises layered on top of promises. Each cycle followed the same pattern. Expand claims, suppress signals, reset narratives. But after 2008, something changed. The rest of the world started watching closely. China watched its dollar reserves grow while purchasing power eroded. Russia watched reserves frozen with a keystroke. And both reached the same conclusion independently. A system that can confiscate value is not neutral. The modern dollar system survives on leverage, not strength. Gold markets reveal this clearly. Dozens of paper claims exist for every deliverable ounce. Futures, ETFs, swaps, unallocated accounts. Exposure without ownership? COMEX inventories are published daily, but registered inventory is what matters. And registered supply has been tightening in a way that removes margin for error. ETF flows no longer align with price. Metal leaves without price falling. Metal enters without price rising. That disconnect is structural, not accidental. Basel III changed the game quietly. Physical gold gained Tier 1 status. Paper gold did not. Banks adjusted. China noticed. Russia noticed. Because when physical settlement matters again, paper dominance collapses fast. Now apply this same framework to the dollar itself. Every dollar is a claim on future productivity. on energy, on trust. And those claims now exceed any realistic settlement capacity without perpetual expansion. Treasuries are the system's collateral spine. But collateral only works if demand is unconditional. Once sovereign demand becomes selective, the structure weakens. China didn't dump treasuries. It reduced exposure methodically. Russia accelerated the same move after sanctions. Both understood insulation matters more than yield. So they built parallel settlement paths, gold accumulation, bilateral trade, local currency swaps, energy contracts outside dollar settlement, not rebellion, preparation. Now look at today's signals. Global trade volumes soften while settlement stress increases. That inversion matters. Central banks accumulate gold at multi-decade highs while official messaging remains calm. Industrial demand rises while price is capped. Treasury issuance expands while foreign participation fades. Liquidity is added, but velocity stalls. That's the warning. When liquidity stops circulating, it seeks safety, not yield. China accelerates domestic settlement systems. Russia reroutes energy trade. Dollar exposure declines quietly, deliberately. This isn't de-dollarization as protest. It's insurance before impact. Debt servicing costs rise slowly, quietly, the most dangerous way possible, because slow pressure forces irreversible choices, and those choices are mathematical. The dollar system cannot tighten without breaking something. It cannot loosen without devaluing itself. That is the trap. China and Russia plan for fracture, not stability. Paper claims dominate. Physical settlement is marginal until trust erodes. Then marginal becomes central overnight. If even a fraction of global trade exits dollar settlement, recycling weakens. Treasury demand softens. Rates rise, not from inflation, but from risk repricing. Banks are duration trapped. Sovereigns are issuance locked. Inventories are thin. Buffers are gone. This isn't collapse. It's a squeeze. And squeezes don't announce themselves. Scenario 1 is slow erosion. Dollar dominance fades gradually. Gold continues migrating into sovereign vaults. Volatility rises. Purchasing power bleeds. 5 to 10 years. Scenario 2 accelerates. A shock exposes settlement fragility. Treasury demand gaps. Gold reprices violently. Not emotionally, but structurally. 3 to 5 years. Scenario 3 is abrupt. Delivery stress. Settlement failure. Paper challenged by physical reality. The system resets faster than anyone expects. No prophecy needed. Only math. Claims exceed collateral. Debt exceeds productivity. Confidence outruns reality. Those equations always resolve. Every reserve currency believes it is eternal, until history disagrees. The pound ruled once, the guilder before it. Systems fade not through collapse, but quiet transition. China and Russia are not attacking the dollar. They are preparing for its limitations. History doesn't warn loudly, it whispers first. And by the time the shift becomes obvious, positioning is already finished. If this analysis gave you clarity others don't have, make sure you like this video, subscribe to the channel, and share it with someone who still thinks this system can never change. Because when the next monetary chapter begins, understanding won't be optional anymore.